So you might never watch this video because I'm not sure I really like this exercise too much. But 64 is asking us to go through and basically recreate this data frame here. And there's some missing values in here that we need to kind of replace. So what it wants to do, the way that we should approach this problem is that we should have these three lists. So we're going to have state, we're going to have year, and then we're going to have president. And in this one, yeah. So basically what they're trying to do in here, you can see like we have the year of independence here. Well, they're mostly, they were mostly colonists, not colonized. They don't really have a year of independence. So in here, what we need to do is go through and put these values. And really what they're trying to look for here is that when we mentioned earlier that there's just different data types in here. I forget where we're doing this. I think it talks about it up here. There's different data types in here that if you are like replacing a integer value, basically you need to replace an integer. If you have a blank space in an integer value if you have a series that's using integer values and you need to have a missing value in there, we're going to use this. We're going to use np numpy, and we're going to use the not a number function, or I don't know, attribute maybe you might call it. And then for anything else, you're going to use the none object. So I mean, I'll go through and do this one. I don't think this one's like. I think it's good that they have this exercise to practice this stuff. I just don't think that it's on the top of my list of things that's important. 1776, not a number, and then 1992. And then over here for the presidents, we should say none. Then we should say and I should wrap this in some quotations, do quotations, and then we're going to say none, and then Steinmeier, and we're going to say Putin. Surround these in some quotations, All right, so we have that. Now we just need to make a data frame out of this. We are going to say df is equal to pd dot. And then we're going to pass in, let's see, what values do we need to have? I think we want to do a list like this. This is the only thing that I think is really helpful here. It's just practicing this. I think it's going to look like this, comma, index is going to be equal to state. And let's see, we're going to print df, see if we get the correct thing there. The values, let's see here. Oh, I don't think this should be index. I think this should be columns. Yeah, not quite right, because we're going to need to do this as this is making this as rows instead of as, let's see. Let me just try one thing and then I'll go find the right answer. I think maybe x is equal to 1. Like that, I have to look back. You can skip ahead here. I think I'll go back and look and just let me remind myself of the correct formatting. This one wouldn't be something that I'd remember off the top of my head here, because we created some lists like here. Is it a list of lists? Yeah, I mean, that should be right. Let's see, what do we get when we do this? Again, you can skip forward. This is just me kind of like brain thinking through this out loud. Okay, so that's looking pretty close. I think I could do just axis is equal to 1. Can I not? Or do I need to say? Oh, right. Of course, we need to do this. Looking back at my other video, we need to do this as a dictionary, I guess. Though I don't really. Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess that is the correct approach here. All right. We should just see kind of what do they want as the titles of the columns. Yeah. Okay. I remember now. Just kind of switching gears and throwing me off a little bit here. So let's say year of independence should be, all right, so we're going to make this as a dictionary. And hopefully you are not watching this. I'm just talking to myself. Oops. And then we want to do this as a dictionary. We want to make this, what's it called? Year of independence. Let me just copy this. do quotes, year of independence, and it's going to point towards year, and then we're going to say president. And we're going to say pres. Don't need to do the axis is equal to 1. There should be some way of doing something like that. Same things are not of the same length. So I must be missing something in year. Let's see where are we at with the year. Did I get, it looks like 1523 got left out there. 1523. 776. Okay, that should be good. All right, and then we should be able to do, I think that's what we should do, index is equal to state. There we go, that should be it. Let's see. All right, so now if we return this, instead of printing it, return df. Let's go into testing, configure, test, run our test. Boom, there we go. So I don't like that one too much, but it's a good, I guess it's kind of a good practice. It's at least a good practice for something that was in the document. I'm not sure I'm like super excited about doing that one as a problem, but here we go.